Easy, Calais. That's him. Explain this. Are you kidding me? Was this entirely necessary to break the tackle, Najee? Did you really have to do this to this poor Falcon? Yes or no? Yeah, he said, sure, I'll take it.
Sure. 3rd and short, handed off for Harris. He's got a first down. Najee Harris has a big gain. Turns the corner, hurdles to the 40.
Great vision by Najee Harris right here. You see the back door. Nice job by Allen Robinson, a vet doing it. There's George Pickens working on the outside, getting the block so he can turn that corner.
First down, Najee Harris. Delpit can't bring him down until Harris.
Yeah, those are 5 defensive linemen that we heard Tomlin talk about there at half, and Delpit, he gets kind of caught up inside.
So a legal tackle if he brings him down that way. Here's Harris. Gets away from Zadarius Smith. Near side. Najee Harris rumbling out of bounds.
He's able to reverse the field and come back. Alex Wright was pursuing him on the backside. He just got a little bit flat. Now Kenny Pickett, he's just trying to find somebody to block off. He looks up, he's got Harris running right at him.
2nd and 10, Najee Harris, good move inside, past Crosby. To the second level, Crosby trying to pull the ball.
Yeah, one of the things, Mike, that I thought the Steelers did for too long last week was stay with their zone running game. Now they're getting back into some of those big double team blocks.
They blitz, and off left tackle comes Najee. Turns the corner at the 15. That's a run into the red zone of 17 yards for Najee Harris. The Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone.
Man, he burst through that hole, and what a great job it was. Mason Cole getting the job done, opening that thing up, and that big horse runs.
Harris taking on a hit, breaking a couple of tackles. Look at Harris getting into the second level of that Houston defense. That was exactly the kind of play they were looking for to start. A 15-yard run for Harris.
And gets the snap. He's back. He looks right. Nothing there. Scampers left. Looks. Throws that pass. It's Najee with a great catch and a first down inside the 25 to the 20. They never got him down, and now he's at the 10 and at the 8-yard line.
I got to tell you, Najee Harris, you talk about the iron horse. He would not go down. He would not be deterred. He kept plugging away.
The 9:30 mark of the 3rd quarter. Najee Harris, it's a first down across the 25 for 8.
And good movement that time by the Pittsburgh offensive line to create this run in this gap for Harris. Watch Harris as he goes through here. Zone blocking, everyone stepping to their left, attaching to a man, and then driving him out of the hole. And a good job by Harris to see it with vision and to cut back inside with some power and pick up the first down.
The lone setback is Najee Harris. Pickett steps in, hands it off. Najee into the end zone. Pittsburgh Steelers go-ahead touchdown.
The iron horse, Najee, goes into the end zone. Angry man running all day, showing that strength, that power. And when you had to do it, who do you give it to? You give it to Najee Harris, and does a great job of plunging over the left side.
17 of their points have all been off of mistakes by the Rams.
And Najee Harris starts this drive off with 7 on the ground.
Through the middle, big hole to the end zone. Najee Harris with a touchdown.
Watch this left side, left guard, Sam Malo. Watch he gets around. This is what Najee Harris needs. Look at that. A chance for a big back to get downhill and run into the teeth of that defense. The collision there at 3 yards, and he runs into the end zone. How about Matt Canada? What a way to start this game.
Yeah, the most relieved guy in the building. Nice hole. Harris still going. Breaking tackles all the way to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Najee Harris, he knows what to do when he gets in the open space. I mean, think about how he played in college. He used to hurdle defensive backs coming up to get him. People were very excited about his prospect and what he could be at the next level. He just hasn't had a lot of room to work.
Give it to Harris. There's a hole. Touchdown, Steelers. A walk-in.
Watch what you get from the right guard, Daniels, 78, and the right tackle, Broderick Jones. Broderick Jones with a little positioning, Daniels with some power, and Najee Harris with a big hole. But we've been here a lot in Pittsburgh. This crowd listening to them, when you run the ball well in Pittsburgh, they're extra amped, aren't they?
Hands it off, and running downhill is Harris, up over the 30, the 35, the 40, and he gets to midfield before he's contacted by a Green Bay defender. Now that was a burst.
Now that's the way to go, the iron horse. taking that handoff. You got a little stretch run to the left. He stretches it ridiculously so. But wow, what a great job by the offensive line getting it done up front. Isaac Samalo, Mason Cole. You've got over there Danny Moore, Broderick Jones, James Daniels. Throw those names out there. They're working hard.
Pickett with the snap. Throws that pass to the left flat. Pulled in by Najee. Leaps over a man and gets tackled out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And he got the first down. It's first and goal.
That is laying it out. That's putting everything into it. A little swing pass to Najee on the sidelines. And he is able to get, well, high jumping, good grief, over the top of a defender. I'm telling you what, there's no fear in that man.
And now 3rd and 22. Running play, Harris still going. Harris fighting for it and takes it to the 10. 40 yards on the ground for Najee Harris.
Denzel Ward trying to rip the ball out, but Najee Harris protects it so well. Would he go over 400 runs before the ball ever came out in the NFL?
Reading from the gun. It's a give. Harris carries a couple tacklers with him.
So take a look here. Here they come, right? Offensive line, and then he just follows behind them. And one thing about Najee Harris, at 240 pounds, as you see Mason Cole get the trap right there, he just has to remember he's 240 pounds.
Steelers take over on a first down run to Najee Harris. And Harris keeps those legs moving. He's not going down. Harris somehow emerges from that crowd. And that's a 20-yard, well-earned run for Najee Harris.
And that's him understanding that he's 240 to 245 pounds. Just use it. Keep the feet moving, get good leverage, and look at him continue to pile it and move. And look at his offensive line continue to help. Broderick Jones, 77 out front. Here comes Mason Cole. You got 2 tight ends involved.
With Najee Harris on the toss. And Harris fights through the contact, leans forward for 6.
Talked about it a couple times in this game. Najee Harris realized he's 240, 245 pounds. And on initial contact, he gets lower and wins.
4-1 in their last 5 games against Pittsburgh. But it's a helpless feeling. Burrow can't get out there and do it, but Najee Harris can.
But Najee Harris, when the quarterback's under center, that's his best time to run a football or a pistol. Downhill runs, best for him. He exhibited it there on that last one.
Give it to Harris again. Cutting to the outside. Harris turns the corner. First down.
Back-to-back strong runs and picking up chunks of yardage on each one of them. Look at him with the eyes and the vision to see it on the backside, the way it was blocked. And then a straight arm to finish things off.
Moore opened up the hole. Also a nice block in there by James Daniels. Another big run. He's down to the 22. It's a run of 12 by Najee Harris. Trubisky 3 of 4 through the air. Najee Harris cutting. Big hole. Keeps his balance. Into the secondary at the 48. Nice run right there by Harris. Picks up 11. Explosive run. First down Steelers.
Good vision by Harris. Is this supposed to go to the outside? You see the line blocking. He's able to cut it back, and he's mad at himself for stumbling. Right there on the cutoff, he just catches his cleats, and maybe, as Melanie was just telling us, they put in longer cleats, anticipating the field being slippery. And
breaks a tackle, does Harris, and turns what might have been a 2-yard loss into a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Duggar making the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like Jennings had him, and then Duggar had him. Both times it looked like he was going to be brought down in the backfield, and that's what Najee Harris brings to this offense, is that physicality.
Got him on the 25. Instead, it is the 36, from which Harris makes a nice bruising, old-school Steeler run to midfield. Gain of 14.
Well, that's what he's all about. Run downhill between the tackles and punish on the back end. Love their 1-2 punch with him and Jaylen Warren.
Harris saying, who said the old-school Steelers are dead and gone, right?
Handoff, Harris. Bouncing, Harris extends. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Nice little run scheme here. Freiermuth looked like he was going to block the edge defender and then went to the next level, and they were able to bring the guard, Seumalo, out and get a nice block. Big time run by Najee Harris.
Harris, the handoff. Harris extends the ball. Touchdown. 5th of the year for Najee Harris. First time they've scored more than 20 since November 12th in the win over Green Bay, and Najee Harris has extended it. On the toss, it's Harris.
Harris takes it all the way to the Seahawks. 36, a gain of 8.
When we asked Mike Tomlin, who are you most excited to see perform today? He said the offensive line, no hesitation, because they control not only the run game, they control the environment.
From the Seahawks 44 on the toss, it's Harris. And Harris picks up another first down, stays on his feet.
What I want you to see is how he just stays on his track. While he stays on his track, that means that there's great blocking up front. Doesn't have to do much, doesn't have to dance much. He just keeps going, and then it wasn't until 5 yards down the field that he finally gets touched. So this offensive line, they have come to play today. And now Quandre Diggs, he's going to be the leading tackler for the Seahawks because nobody in the front seven is tackling the running backs.
Second and goal, Harris. Inside the 5. Harris dives for the goal line.
I don't think that's a fumble. Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Into the end zone in the final minutes of the second quarter. The Steelers now lead by 3.
It's Najee into the middle of the line. And the pile moves grudgingly, but goes forward. Down to the goal line. What are they going to call?
That's a touchdown.
They call touchdown.
Ha ha!
I was afraid they'd stop a forward progress, but guess what? It never stopped.
That was no brotherly shove. That was a rugby scrum. And it was a great job of staying on your feet and wailing away into the end zone. Wow! That was power personified.
Harris, forward lean. He's no fun to tackle, and he moves the pile 9 yards.
They're not going to try and trick you. Watch, they're going to lead front side and pull that backside guard. One back power.
Just gets it off. Harris dives and scores.
Great. So you pull James Daniels. That's going to get Patrick Queen to move. That allows Broderick Jones to climb up. Now watch Siamalo. This is called a trap block on Justin Matabike. That is absolutely inside-out spectacular. You're putting one of the best defensive tackles in the game right on his back.
Yeah, that's not a trap block. That's a knockout. It's perfect execution. That's exactly how Mike Tomlin wants it drawn up.
Riding the wave of the offensive line all the way to the end zone last time. Got the football again. This rate, Najee's going to blow past 1,000 yards. Meanwhile, the Steelers from the 45. No problem in their running game so far. Najee Harris just ran through a tackle.
Steeler white jerseys getting great position on the edge, running their feet, not letting guys get off blocks.
Meantime, Pittsburgh trying to make these games tomorrow meaningful. And Najee Harris begins the drive by barreling into Baltimore territory as he's getting closer to 100 yards or 1,000 yards for the season. 15 more there. Harris downhill, grabbed him up near the helmet. I don't see the flag. It's a first down yardage.
Yeah, that looked like an easy call, and you can see Najee jumping up right there going, how did you miss that?
We're not bringing in John Perry to talk about that, but he does have an interesting subplot on this nasty weather day, John. Today is number 21.
There it is.
Downhill again after a sidestep. A low tackle doesn't bring him down. In fact, they never do bring him down. They just blow the whistle. He's lifted up off the run.
It's the same play the other side. 3 tight ends on the field, 13 personnel. It's the same exact play. Now watch Hayward come from the right side of the formation. This is called split flow zone. Everybody zones from one side, and a guy comes across the other side. You're creating angles and leverage for your offense. And those 3 tight end package run game is rolling for Pittsburgh.
Everybody calls it a little bit there. I remember all the way back in the early 2010s, Philadelphia Eagles, Andy Reid used to call that zone back. They used to call that block a back block, where he came back across the formation.
It's Harris. Finally, he's got some running room, and he breaks it for about 9.
And they are running downhill. He's putting his foot in the ground and going, and you can see they've actually won in the trenches here recently, the last 3 games since Mason Ruff. They've gotten under center a ton.
There's Harris. Look at him shed that tackle and get all the way down to about the 26. You talked about his hard running. That was it.
Yeah, this is why I thought Pittsburgh had a chance. They are a physical football team. Both these teams are. But their ability to make the game simple, but to control the line of scrimmage, they can shorten the game in a hurry. And they're 9-2 in 1-score games, even when they're losing the yardage. But they do a great job with the ball. They don't turn it over much, and they create turnovers. But they've got to stay in this game, and this is the drive to do it.
On first down,